Who wouldn't want to be happy? I mean, we know that depressed people aren't happy, and we consider them mentally ill, right? And uh, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, isn't that the American way? Even if we're not American, we probably heard of that and we kind of have fallen into that way of thinking. And so isn't happiness a good thing? Like a lot of things having to do with emotions, I think our sloppy vocabulary and sloppy thinking has really gotten in our way. And so that's what I'd like to talk about today. This is S.G. Brownlow with Adept Psychology, and in this video I'd like to talk about a very important distinction, I think, between a couple of different emotions, one of which I'll call happiness and the other of which I call joy. So when we really get to the bottom of things, happiness is you get what you want. If I want it and I get it, then I'm happy. If I want it and I don't get it, then I'm unhappy. And so we know that people get things that they want sometimes. Maybe they win the lottery and they're happy, right? Or they have something that they want that they don't get. They want to be healthy, but instead they're in a terrible accident and they're completely paralyzed. And so they're unhappy, right? Except the research doesn't really show that. It shows that after a while, happiness kind of comes back to where it was. And so you win the lottery and you're happy for a little while, but then you kind of taper off. Or you're in a terrible paralyzing accident and you're terribly unhappy for a while, but then that tapers off and you kind of go back to where you were before the accident. And so happiness doesn't really change that much because it's based on getting what you want. And even if you get what you want, like the lottery winner, you always want something else. Maybe you want to win another lottery, or you want a better relationship, or you want something else. It's about what you want. So as I'm sitting here right now and I'm recording this video, I'm thinking about happiness, and one of the things I realize is that I'm pretty neutral. I mean, I'm not unhappy right now, but I'm not really happy either. Now, maybe this week I get several new clients and they're great clients for me, and yeah, I'd be happy if that happened. But in a couple of weeks, I'd want a couple more clients. Let's talk about you. Maybe you're one of the people who would call me and say, okay, I really need help with this problem. Maybe self-doubt. I really want to get a hold of my self-doubt. So we worked together a while in coaching, and all of a sudden you started realizing that, wow, I'm recognizing my self-doubt faster. I'm pulling myself out of it faster. I'm recognizing it before it happens, and I'm able to pull out of it. I've really come a long way. I'm happy about that. But now I want to do something else. Maybe now I want to find out more about my life's meaning, or I want to do more of what I'm called to do. And so you have things that you want to do too. And so your happiness would wear off also. But that's happiness. Now I want to talk about joy. And if happiness is getting what you want, then joy is being who you are. And when I say being who you are, I mean being who you are at a very deep level. I'm talking about instantiating, embodying, living into the deepest part of who we are, what people sometimes call their soul. And so if I'm embodying my soul, then my life is about meaning and purpose and calling and living those things out on a daily basis. And if I'm doing that, the emotion associated with that is joy. And that's very different than happiness, because happiness really is an ego-based emotion. It's getting what I want. It's getting my small needs met. It's getting what I think I should have or what I think I want. And joy is a much more spiritual emotion. It's about being who I am and embodying who I am. And because of that, it's a much more profound emotion. So where happiness passes, joy doesn't. Joy is what binds us together. Joy is what regulates our emotions and what regulates our relationships with other people. When Joseph Campbell says that we should follow our bliss, he's talking about a very deep manifestation of joy. So when we try to pursue happiness, what we should really be trying to do is embodying who we are so that we can live in joy and love. Earlier, I said I was about neutral in terms of happiness. But right now, as I sit here shooting this video, delivering a message from my heart to the hearts of people who need to hear it, my heart is full of joy. If you're tired of living on the roller coaster of happiness and unhappiness, and you're ready to start embodying who you really are at your core, but you need help figuring out who that is and finding out how to do that, then please contact me. I can help you do that. That's what I live for. That's what brings me joy.